what's up guys? Mario here, and welcome to my new studio that I set up in a little corner of my new shop. On my previous video I mentioned I wanted to change the screws that I used to make the reservoirs. This won't affect the reservoir as the screw size will still remain the same. Since I'm always looking for ways to improve my reservoirs, and after getting a few comments of some people not really liking the Phillips screw head or maybe even the stainless steel look, I decided to take their suggestions into consideration and start searching for a new screw. So right here I have a bunch of stainless steel screws. Some over here are regular steel screws that I have been working on for the past 2 weeks, trying to find the right black screw to switch to the new reservoirs. So the first thing I wanted to try was this over here. Is the stainless steel blackener from Caswell. I put a couple screws into the solution, and after a while I started noticing that the screws were turning a little black. But as soon as I took them out of the solution and I tried to wipe them off with a rag, I started noticing that the coating on the screw was just coming off. So that wasn't gonna work. Then I tried this screw over here, which is stainless steel screw, but this is a 410. Put them into the solution. Right away I started noticing a color change. I waited to see if the color will actually get any darker. After maybe like 10-15 minutes I took it out of the solution. I tried to clean them and wipe them off, and the coating itself won't come off from the screw, so that was good. The only thing is that these screws over here, instead of being kind of in the color black, they are more of a gunmetal color, and they still have the Phillips screw head, so I'm not sure if that's gonna work either. I tried a couple more screws. I even tried some alcohol ink to paint the heads of the screws, but the only problem with that is that I'll have to paint one by one, and that can take forever for me just to paint a couple hundred screws. So I kept doing some research. I always kept finding these screws over here, which are the regular steel screws with a black oxide coating on it. I found these screws over here, which are stainless steel with a black oxide coating on it, that I really want to try to make the new reservoirs with these screws over here. But before I can actually switch to any of these screws over here, I need to do some type of test to see if the screw won't leave any color on the threads, or if it will try to maybe corrode or something. So I'm gonna jump into the CNC, go cut me a testing plate, and I'll be right back. here's the new testing plate with all the screws I actually wanted to test for the new reservoirs. Right here I have the screws I actually made with the Caswell solution, and right here are the ones I actually painted with alcohol ink. Those screws over here, the ones I painted, after testing them right here, I actually went like this with my nail and the paint was kind of coming off, so that wasn't gonna work either. I have just sometimes some random stainless steel screws just for me to check. Right here I have the new stainless steel blackened screws, and those, from what I can tell, they are not leaving any corrosion marks, they're not leaving any discoloration or something on the threads. And I just have maybe sometimes some random stainless steel screws just to compare them to. And right here I have just regular steel screws with a black oxide coating on it, the same with the 4 over here in the rear. And all those screws, after leaving it for a couple days into the testing plate, I start noticing that the threads will corrode. They will leave corrosion around the acrylic too. So that's why I actually never used those screws, and I actually never was able to find the black stainless steel screws until recently. And right here I just have a mixture of regular stainless steel and the blackened screws. So let me know what you guys think. I would like to know if you guys prefer the black screws or just stainless steel look, and maybe depending on your feedback, and maybe I'll keep doing maybe a little more testing, I'll decide and see which screws to use for the new reservoirs. So this is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.